What is going on, guys? Jesse here. So today we're going to be talking about 5 desk accessories that I've been using for the past couple of months and I have been really enjoying. So I thought I'd make this video just to tell you guys about them and hopefully you guys can get some inspiration for your own setups. Because I'm a huge believer that having a great desk setup is conducive to better productivity, but also because we spend so much time there nowadays, it's important to make it a space that you actually want to be. But before we get into the list, I gotta pay the bill, so let's hear a word from our sponsors. Huge shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. They are the online learning community where there are thousands of courses for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. And in fact, I've been a longtime user of Skillshare since way before they even reached out for this sponsorship, and a lot of the skills that I use on this YouTube channel every single day, I learned on Skillshare. One of my favorite classes is by the man himself, MKBHD, on YouTube Success, where he goes through step by step on how he scripts, shoots, and edits a video from start to finish. But it's not just for people trying to become YouTubers, of course. There are thousands of courses on here with everything from mastering productivity with Thomas Frank to the basics of singing with Gabriel. So whether you're trying to make a career pivot, level up in your current role, or just trying to learn a new hobby, Skillshare has got you covered. And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, the first 1,000 people to use that link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Seriously guys, check them out. So one of the things that can really elevate your desk setup is a great desk shelf. Pun intended. And the Studio from Hexcal is one of the most fully featured and useful ones that I've ever used. And while this definitely is a very premium product at a very premium price point, it does have a lot of great features and thoughtful design decisions that make it probably the best desk shelf I've ever used. And while I'm not gonna try to convince you that you need this in your life per se, it does have a lot of great things about it that make a pretty good argument for itself. So first of all, this thing is built like an absolute tank. It's made out of solid aluminum and high quality plastic, and the build quality is really evident with the level of fit and finish that you get in this product. It's got a power strip on the back with all of the outlets spaced out and facing different directions, so if you have bulky power bricks, they don't run into each other, which I really appreciate because that's a problem I always run into. It also has a built-in wireless charger that can charge up to 2 devices at a time, a really large cable management chamber that you can just use to stuff all of your unwanted extra cable length in, and that cable management chamber has this 3D cable management system that lets you route your cables in any direction you want, making it super convenient. And lastly, it has an LED light bar on the front that lights up the surface of your desk without taking any extra space up, and you can adjust the temperature, brightness, as well as the zone of lighting that you want. And it's kind of the combination of all these things that combines lighting, power, and organization into one package that makes this a really solid product that's worth considering, in my opinion. Okay, so the next desk accessory on the list is going to be the AOHi 240 watt modular charging cable. They sent this over a while ago and it's quickly become one of my favorite charging cables I've ever used. And as I'm saying this, I'm realizing I probably need some more hobbies because I'm getting a little bit too excited about charging cables. But as much as cables can be exciting, this one is pretty up there. It's modular, coiled, and aviator style, which is very on trend, but also provides a lot of functionality as well. I think an important part of any desk setup is having power available to you anytime you need to charge your various devices, but having a cable just dangling around with nowhere to be is never a good look. And that's why I'm a huge fan of wireless charging pads, because they give you that ability to power a lot of your devices, but without looking so without a home. Unfortunately though, not everything is compatible with wireless charging yet, so until then, we're gonna have to use a cable. And one way to do that is just to simply have a really cool cable, making it a feature rather than a distraction, and this one from AOHi definitely fits that box. And this cable isn't just good looks, it supports the latest USB PD 3.1, which gives you up to 240 watts of power delivery, which is higher than any device I even have, and comes with a lightning adapter that's MFI certified for charging all of your Apple devices that still have a lightning port for whatever reason. Overall, the quality of the cable is very nice as well. You've got anodized aluminum on all the ends that's very nicely anodized. Like, there's levels to it, and this is definitely up there. The cable itself also comes in two different options, which are a braided Kevlar, or what I have here, which is what they're calling skin-like rubber, which I'll allow it. The Kevlar one is probably a little bit more durable, but with a lighter color like this, you're probably going to need to worry about discoloration over time. And the rubber on this skin-like rubber is seriously soft. And if you like this cable, Aoki also makes a bunch of really high quality charging accessories. Like, they also sent over this 67-watt charging brick that is tiny. Like, seriously, you can charge your laptop with this and it just fits in the palm of my hand. And they've also got this 100-watt charging cable that has a little display on the top that lets you see how much power you're actually drawing, which is really neat. So if you find any of those interesting, check them out in the link below. Okay, so this next item on the list is definitely not new, and if you're into desk setups or home decor, you've probably seen this before. But I'm talking about the Skatis pegboard system from Ikea. And this is one of those things that I have seen for a long time in a lot of desk setups mounted to the wall, and I think the functionality of this sort of system is pretty evident. And with Ikea's vast selection of accessories for this system, the possibilities for organization are pretty much endless. But one of the issues for me was that you really couldn't use something like this wall mounted with a standing desk setup. Because if you mount it at the correct height for standing, then it's going to be too tall for when you're sitting, and vice versa. And a good example of this issue is those prints on my wall. So when I'm at sitting height, they're at pretty much the perfect height to be viewed and seen. But when I'm at standing height, they get covered by the monitor. And same thing with my neon dumpling signs or anything else that's mounted to the wall. The solution then is, of course, to mount everything to the desk surface. That way it moves with the desk and you don't have a problem anymore. And on my most recent trip to Ikea, I found out that you can do this with the Skatis system with its desk clamp accessory. I've got it here with some accessories to display my keyboards and a couple of organizational bins, but like I said earlier, the possibilities are pretty much endless, and you can configure this exactly to your needs with the plethora of options that you have in their whole Skatis system. And next we've got a super simple desk accessory, but done right. I think having your headphones on display sends a message out to the world that you are a person of culture who enjoys good audio. And what better way to display your headphones than a good headphone stand? And what sets this one from Banks apart from all the rest of the ones that I've tried is the place that your headband is gonna rest. Like, some of the other headphone stands that I've used have a really thin headband rest, which will cause indentations on the headband cushion over time, which if you spent a couple hundred on your headphones is definitely something you want to avoid. And I found that a lot of the ones that do offer enough support are pretty bulky and not the most aesthetically pleasing. And this one from Banks I think offers both of those in a very nice package. The rest on this Banks headphone stand is basically shaped like a super long Pringle and perfectly supports the headband of my AirPods Max and offers the best distribution of weight. And apart from that, I think it has a super clean, aesthetically pleasing design that will fit into most desk setups. Okay, and lastly, we've got an item that wouldn't, I guess, normally be thought of as a desk accessory, but has been an invaluable tool for me over the past couple of months. And in fact, it's actually marketed as a camera accessory, which is how I found it, but I think it functions just as well for the desk. So I think we all know it's important to keep your desk setup clean, and one of the biggest killers of that is gonna be dust. And it doesn't matter how clean you are or how many air purifiers you have, it's always gonna find its way onto your desk. And I think having an electric blower like this is the best way to combat dust on your desk. And while there's nothing new about electric air dusters, I think this one from Nightcore is really good because it's super powerful, USB-C rechargeable, and has a replaceable brush head attachment. It just slides out the front and makes it perfect for getting those stubborn dust particles that won't come off with air alone. And since getting it, I found that I dust my desk a lot more often just because it makes it so easy to do so. And I think that in itself provides a lot of value. So yeah, those are some of the desk accessories that I've been using over the past couple months and I found to be very useful or enjoyable or both. Hopefully you guys found some inspiration for your own setups at home, or at least found this a little bit entertaining. Also, if there's any accessories that you guys use at home and think I should know about, definitely leave those in the comment section down below and I might even feature it in the next episode. But until then, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Okay, so the next desk accessory